Welcome back to another episode of Avillion and Brayden Talks. A little more chilled pod this week, less planned. Some stuff we're going to talk about, some bullet points we're going to get into. But before we get into anything, I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Avillion Talks, Jacob. How you doing?
I might not have ever been this excited to record a podcast episode before.
Really?
There is a lot. There is a lot that I would like to discuss today.
Okay, that's exciting for me to hear. 'Cause
So
I've got some stuff, but
I can't wait to get to what we're on. Although I have plenty I want to talk about before we get there. But
okay.
you know why. The audience will soon know why. So they might already have a guess. But anywho, I'm
I know
doing
why.
well. Yeah, I haven't shut up about it for the last since Friday.
I know. I
I
feel
haven't shut up
bad.
about it since Friday. I mean, maybe I don't know.
Maybe once you say it, it'll click.
I posted about it like 8 times, like in a 2-day span.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't be on Instagram that much anymore besides the chat.
Well, fair enough. Well, I mentioned it in the chat as well because I told. Let me stop. Yeah, and I mean, life's good. I'm gonna, what do you call it? My mom and I have plans this weekend. We're gonna do like this like mom and son date thing that we haven't done probably since I moved out, which was December of 2022. So it's been sometime like late to mid 2022 was the last time we did this. So it's been a year and a half, 2 years
Damn.
since, or no, excuse me, no, 2021. So been longer than that. It's been a long time
That's
since
cool.
my
That's
mom and
cool.
I've gotten to do this. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet, but it's gonna be a good time. And because what do you call it? This is Labor Day weekend, so I got Monday off. I got Friday off this weekend too because
Ooh.
it's already set up that way. Just because this is my off Friday. So yep,
4-day
4 day
weekend coming up?
weekend.
Oh,
I'm going
shit.
hard, going ham. Um, and then Saturday, college football is back, officially back, like for everybody. It's back for a couple of folks. Unfortunately, for you know uh, any of the fine folks or the not so fine folks down in Tallahassee, or where the fuck did wait? No, no, wait, where the fuck did the Seminoles play? I be forgetting.
I don't know.
That's not where they play. That is not where they play. I'm tripping. Or is it? Hold
Well, I
on.
just know the people of Ireland got a good show.
Oh, for sure. Hold on. Am I tripping? It is Tallahassee. Okay, why was I so hell bent saying it's not Tallahassee? I probably because I just woke up from a 3 hour nap. But
Hmm.
anywho, yeah. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Uh, but no, having a good time. Excited to be here today. Happy to be here talking with you, my best friend.
As always,
Uh,
love it.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure every single time. How are you, sir? On this fine Tuesday evening.
I've been pretty good. I have like a new favorite like Instagram page that is
You tell.
it's fucking it's not going to be for everybody, but it is
It's
for
okay. It's for
me.
you.
And it's called, I think it's an acronym, but it stands for Put a Girl On.
Uh-oh.
And all it is he did this first season and then he's doing a second season where he calls the same restaurant every single night and just goes, "Put a girl on." And like that's it. And the other people, it's just a prank call, and they it got very rage induced very quickly from the other side. Like even if a girl is on the phone, he still just goes, "Put a girl on."
Ay, ay, ay.
And he even went to the drive-through twice and got like drinks thrown on him.
That's pretty insane.
It's it's
Uh,
it's it's so stupid. but just the reactions that these people get, especially Jay, because he answers,
Yeah.
Taco Bell, this is Jay. And then as soon as he hears that voice, he's like, "You cockroach motherfucker!" He just gets pissed, dude. Oh, it's immediate, and it's the dumbest thing, but it is so funny to me.
I thought you were gonna say that one guy who keeps ordering the same thing until they ask him the usual, and then he just never comes again. Because that's some shit you would like
Oh
for
my
sure,
god, that
especially if you
sounds
find it
good.
relatable. Because like the whole green tea thing.
Yes, I mean pretty
I thought
much.
that's what you're about to tell me about. Because yeah, I read that the other day. There was this one guy who I don't know if he's like I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's Instagram or something, but he does this thing where he goes to the same restaurant like every day, orders the exact same thing until they recognize him and ask him the usual, and then he just turns around and leaves, never comes back
Dude,
again.
one of the guys at that coffee shop I keep going to, one day just like gave me a free drink. It just comped out and just gave me a free drink.
Yeah, they know my order at the cafe next door at work. I got me a Cuban sandwich yesterday, But she knows what it is when I pick up the phone. Or when she picks up the phone, she hears my voice. She knows what I'm about to place an order for. So
Another thing, I got 3 new posters like this plates.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an otter, my favorite animal.
Oh, it's pretty.
And we have this deconstructed Wii. That's what this is. So
Yeah.
when I recorded a Wii vault recently, I did it like up against this wall and had this in frame. And then the other one I got, it's going to be, I don't think you'll be able to read it through the camera.
I can read it.
Also because it's
No
backwards.
man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Socrates. I know this quote.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope. I have this one because I have like 2 workout related ones in here that I'm like, if I ever, like, once I get my own place, put some of these up in like the home gym.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Put that one in the home gym for sure.
Let's see. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, I was gonna do the next Wii Vault was gonna be on either like Band Hero or Wii Fit Plus.
Yeah.
And I can't find the Wii Fit Plus board. It might be somewhere in a tote or like a bin in the garage somewhere. And then my mom told me the bad news. Way back, I guess I hadn't noticed. Got rid of the Band Hero like guitar and drum set.
But womp.
Heartbreaking. So that leaves the 2 games I said on stream. I was like, hey, whichever one I have the stuff for is the one I'm gonna do. Can't do either of them. I mean, one day I'll maybe look through the garage to find that Wii Fit Plus board, but not right now. So
Yeah, I hear you.
The other Ben 10 game it is.
The other Ben 10.
The other Ben 10 game it is. But yeah, that's it for me. But
We do have a girl boss affirmation.
Yes, if I can. Here we are.
Yes, sir.
You know you're already brave. You don't get very far in life without having to be brave an awful lot. Her name, Yazabella Brave.
Let her cook.
She said, I know a thing or two about Brave.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the resident expert speaking right now. I'm going to fucking listen.
I mean, they got Miss Brave coming here and speaking on it.
Yeah. You know what? I think she's qualified. I got a strange feeling that she might just know what the fuck
She might know a thing or two. Know a thing or two, because we've seen a thing or two.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's it for that. First thing you want to dive into, we've been talking about the real world. Do we want to talk about fantasy?
I think that's not a bad idea at all, given that you and I are in a league together this year, which, in hindsight, huge missed opportunity last year. Fucking insane.
Yep.
Right? Like, wait a minute. No, weren't you still in my league? You might have still been in my league last year. I know you were.
I had you remove me because I wasn't going to be able to make the draft.
Oh.
I think that's what it was. Because the year before that, we were in the same league.
Oh, and I remember I had to add somebody like last second, and the first person to respond was like not the person I wanted to respond, but I don't think anybody else did, so I just had to add them.
Yeah, because
But
if I'm
I'm
not
actually an open
making a
superhero
draft, I don't
man.
want if I'm I don't want an auto team.
No, I'm with
You
you.
gotta let me cook. So
Well,
yeah.
yeah. In fact, let me. Oop. Oh, I got another trade proposal. Oh wait, no, that was one from earlier. Never mind.
Oh my god, dude, the
Uh,
trade proposals I was getting from this one fucking guy
oh
was
my
the
goodness. No, I know. Good friend of mine. Very
he,
very big music guy as well.
he's a
But
shooter.
he's a shooter. And well,
He,
and he's like, especially he offered you like a 3 guy trade, and you were like, no. And then he offered you like a 6 guy trade, and it's like,
he literally hold on.
no.
I'll pull it up. He fucking went from each of us trading 4 players. So it went from a 8 player trade
Yeah, but like a
to then
12 player
each of
trade.
us, yes, to then each of us trading 6 players and it being a 12 player trade. And by the way, each one was me getting worse at each position.
Insane.
Like I would go from here. The 12 player trade was I would go from this one fantasy wise might not be a downgrade. It was going from C.J. Stroud to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Tight end wise, it would be going from George Kittle to Jake Ferguson. It would be going from Nico Collins to Drake London. It would be going from Jahmyr Gibbs to Rashad White.
yeah,
It would be me going from Zach Moss to Joe Mixon.
yeah.
And it would be me going from Terry McLaurin to Jordan Addison, who is probably going to get suspended.
You think Addison's gonna get suspended?
I've heard like after the whatever ruling, that's the one I'm more confident in.
See, I just feel like it's gonna. If it was gonna happen, it would have happened already. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Like we're less than 2 weeks away from the NFL season starting. I feel like they should have got their affairs in order by
Well,
now.
should have, but
Yeah. I want to say, can I like look at my draft order again? Because I kind of want to do that. Because, um, you know, I I kind of cooked in my 14 team league. Like surprisingly, like way better team than I ended up with any of the last 3 years. I'm really surprised it was this good. And I remember when I sent it to you, you said the same thing. That you
yeah, no,
were
you had a really good team.
pretty pretty gobsmacked
Here, let's
by what I had pulled.
so let's I'll share all of my teams too. So let's go. We'll talk about the league we're in together first, because
It's a
I have
great idea.
so I have 2 additional teams to talk about. Do you just have the one other one?
I just have the one other team,
Okay,
so
so
you go
we'll go
first.
me, yeah, me,
Yeah,
you.
and then that
Okay,
way it flows. Yeah.
okay. So this is the league I share with Jacob. Me and Jacob are in this league.
Yes, sir.
This is the team that your boy is rocking. Let me know your thoughts down below. We are rocking with C.J. Stroud at quarterback, Saquon Barkley and Jahmyr Gibbs as my running backs, DJ Moore and Nico Collins as my wide receivers, George Kittle at tight end, Terry McLaurin and Zach Moss as my flexes, Justin Tucker at kicker, Steelers defense, and then my bench is currently Justin Herbert for my backup quarterback, Cade Otton for my backup tight end, and then I have 3 backup wide receivers: Brian Thomas, Deontay
Mm-hmm.
Johnson, Romeo Dobbs. And
Yep.
then, since he's on the PUP list, I was able to put Jonathan Brooks on IR.
Yep.
So I was able to pick up another player. I don't know if you did.
Oh, that
You have Nick
reminds
Chubb,
me.
right?
I was gonna say, let me do that with Nick Chubb right now. Let me sign somebody else.
Yeah. I think I was able
Who's
to pick up.
available?
I think I picked up Dobbs.
All right. You know what? Shit. I don't really know. Let's see. We got Rico Dowdle available. We got Ty Chandler. We got Tyler Algier.
Rico Dowdle, who went
Jaleel,
like
Jaleel
7th round in
McLaughlin.
one of my drafts.
Khalil Herbert. I'm gonna take Rico Dowdle. Fuck it. What the hell?
Yeah, over
Dude,
Tyler Lockett.
he's available?
This is for the league we
He
share.
is, yeah. Yeah. Oh, so is Josh Palmer. Interesting. Well, I mean, I need another running back if Nick Chubb's on IR. I only have 4 running backs of that.
Mm.
I mean, I guess I could pull another receiver. It doesn't really matter. I don't
And
know. Let's go Tyler Lockett.
then
Fuck it. Tyler
Antonio
Lockett.
Gibson.
No, I'll just take Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's here. But we'll get to him later. I'll let you finish.
I think that was it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'll just say I love my running backs.
that's when you signed Romeo Dubs.
Yeah,
That's when you put Chubb on IR. Okay.
or Brooks. Yeah,
Mess with it.
yeah. So I love my running backs, but with Brooks on IR, they're all playing, so I don't have any depth behind them right now.
Yeah.
We do have reinforcements coming though, which I think could be pretty strong. But then wide receivers, I think I have really good depth at the position. DJ Moore, Nico Collins, and then Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas, Deontay Johnson's on the bench right now. Romeo Dobbs. We'll see how that. I don't think the Green Bay Packers wide receiver pecking order is truly set. So who knows what could happen there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this team. It's not
Yeah. It's a good team.
It's a good team, and just banking on DJ Moore.
Yeah.
I think is a pretty big bet. I mean, not like a big bet, is like a risky one because he'll be good regardless. But if he can be what I think he can be, even with the competition at the position, and then obviously Jahmyr Gibbs splitting with Montgomery, but he's going to get like all the receiving work out of the backfield. So in the PPR league, it'll be fine, but the touchdowns will be missed. But overall, I love the team.
So for me here, I had the 4th overall pick. So not ideal. Not the worst.
I had 10th by the way. 10th in a 10-man
He did. So
league,
he was
snake
doubling
draft.
up, and then we actually did live stream the draft together.
We did.
We
Either
were
of
on
our
call the
leagues.
whole way through. So neither of us really robbed the other. I think the only instance was when I took Trey Benson, like 6
That
picks
was
before
one.
you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
probably going to take Trey Benson, but also he would have been gone.
I mean, you could say that, but you don't know.
Probably. It's not a guarantee, of course.
Do
but
you
I
really think probably?
I think based on the way I don't remember what the board was looking like that night, but there was a couple of guys on the auto pick, and they still needed running back, so there's a chance, certainly. Because one of them took a running back on auto pick after that. It probably would have taken Benson because he had the highest ADP left.
He did.
So probably would have been Benson. Anywho,
We'll see.
semantics.
Whatever.
Quarterbacks. Now, this was not the first quarterback I drafted. This is the quarterback I'm starting week 1 as of right now. We'll see if that's subject to change. I got Will Levis, my man. Fantasy team name in both of my leagues this year is Pollard de Mayonnaise. And so I have Will Levis in one league and Tony Pollard in another. Spoiler alert for the next league. So I have, with our powers combined, it is Pollard and Mayonnaise. So Brayden doesn't like that powers combined logic. I think it's awesome.
I don't.
So 4th overall pick, I took B. John Robinson. I took Devin Achane. I got Amari Cooper, Debo Samuel. I have Devontae Adams as well. He's just questionable, so I don't know if I'm going to play him in the receiver spot.
He'll probably be fine.
Kyle Pitts, James Cook, and then I got Nick Folk, the kicker, and then New York Jets defense. Folk was my last pick at the draft. Very easy to get him. No, the first quarterback I took him in like around 10 or 11. I took Caleb Williams. I think he's going to have a fantastic year.
He needs to.
Right, and like you and I were saying, like there's no reason all the receivers in Chicago should have this crazy high draft
3 receivers all go in like the first 6 rounds.
The first 6 rounds, easily. Like
guys,
DJ Moore goes round 3, Adunze goes round 5, Allen goes round 6. And Caleb doesn't go until round 10 or 11. And it's like, what the fuck? Where's the disconnect here? Yeah, because how can they all have a great season and then Caleb somehow not have a great season? He's the one throwing the ball. Unless they got Brett Ripien playing a couple games or, well, I don't know what the fuck.
Makes no sense.
Anyway, I got Trey Benson on the bench. I think he's going to be a good stash for later in the season when he takes James Conner's job. Will happen, by the way. Yeah, I have Calvin Ridley on the team. I actually drafted Rashee Rice with this pick and then realized Ridley was still on the board. And then just traded Rice for Ridley straight up with one of our leagues. So the same league made that offer, do the $20 billion player trade. He's the one that drafted Ridley initially. So
and he did make a crazy trade, though.
He did make a huge trade. Yeah, he did make a 10-player trade because 5 for his team, 5 for somebody else's.
Because was he on
Um,
auto? He was the one on auto, right?
no, he was not on auto.
That
He's
okay.
still. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it.
What?
I don't get drafting and just to trade your entire team because like what's the point of drafting if you're
Yeah.
just going to send the house on your entire team? But I also took Luke Musgrave. Of course. Well, no, I took and then I took Nick Chubb. Of course, Tyler Lockett's not on the team. Nick Chubb's on IR. I will say when Brayden and I were live streaming, Gabe is also in this league. A good friend of the show, Mr.
Mhm.
Gabriel.
Been
I
on
was
twice.
He's been on once, maybe twice,
I
maybe.
think he's been on twice.
Um, no, yeah, I think twice because the second time he was on, it was like actually like on his, not like just like on his. Maybe I don't know, but
I think he's been
I
on the
was gonna
phone both
say
times.
I just about lost my damn mind watching
Oh
Gabe pick a
my
third
god.
a third tight end before a second running back. Zero RB strat has gone too fucking far.
Crazy.
Okay,
Let me pull up his team, bro. Where
he's trying to run 13 personnel in
All right.
first man to ever run 13
His
personnel in
RB1
his fantasy team.
is Aaron Jones.
Who's like
His
a low end
RB
RB2,
his
high end
RB2
RB3. But
is Jalen Warren. His tight end is Sam Laporta, and at flex he has Dalton Kincaid.
mm-hmm,
And then he has Brock Bowers on the bench.
mm-hmm.
And then his bench consists of Zach Charbonnet, Blake Corum, and Marshawn Lloyd. He also took the first kicker. He did take the right kicker to take first, Brandon Aubrey.
In round 8.
Something like that,
But
yeah.
he took a kicker before his second running back.
Yep.
And then he took his 3 of his 5 running backs were drafted in the 3 last rounds
Yeah.
consecutively. That
His
was
wide receivers.
Charbonnet, Lloyd, and whoever else the other
His
running
wide
back was.
receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown. Good pick.
Mhm.
Garrett Wilson. If Aaron Rodgers is healthy all year, it's probably going to be a great pick. He
Yep.
has Jalen Waddle. And then his next receiver is the first Buffalo receiver taken in this draft. He picked Khalil Shakir, damn, as his projected Buffalo wide receiver 1, I guess.
Yeah. Which is interesting. It's weird to see how those 3 guys will shake up. Because Kincaid should be the target share leader regardless, but between Samuel, Coleman, and Shakir, I don't imagine there's going to be crazy separation unless one of those guys really establishes himself as like the best.
Does he just think he's going to be the one to have a 50-yarder?
Well, he's got the athleticism too, certainly.
Because also, ladies and gentlemen, there is extra points for having a 50-plus yard touchdown in this league.
That's true. It's 50 plus passing, 50 plus rushing, 50 plus receiving. It's an extra 5 points on top for any of those. So just to reward the big plays, So it's fun, funsies. But
yeah. Anyways, that's Gabe's team.
mm-hmm.
And if you want, I'm gonna go over my ESPN Fantasy League.
I will do the same after
which
you
is
do that.
which is just the only person in this league I know is my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know anyone else. But this league also has a defensive player in it, which I find weird. I'll be honest, I don't like. But whatever. This league reads: I have Anthony Richardson at quarterback. I have Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs as my running back duo, which I had last year in a league, and it got me 3rd place. Wide receivers are Nico Collins and DJ Moore. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. My flex is Tank Dell. The defensive player I have is TJ Watt. The defense I have is the Seahawks defense. My kicker is Younghoe Koo. And then my bench is Jonathan Brooks, Deontay Johnson, Zach Moss, Roma Dunze, Brian Thomas Jr., who on ESPN is just a silhouette. Doesn't even have a picture.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he is a silhouette.
Which is why, because I was able to pick him up after the draft once I put Nick Chubb on IR, who I also have on this team.
Oh.
So he went on
that
draft.
He was available. Odd.
Yeah, really weird. I saw him and I went.
He's going to be.
he'll
Yeah.
he'll get it.
I
He's a
don't
big
care what contract. I don't care what contract they gave Gabe Davis. Brian Thomas Jr. is wide receiver 2 in Jacksonville. Like
yeah, and with big
it's gonna happen.
playability, it was weird. But then
Yeah.
Cole Kmet is my backup tight end, and Kirk Cousins is my backup quarterback. I really like this team, but it gave me the worst grade out of any team that drafted. And somebody took a kicker in the 3rd round, and Rico Dowdle went in like the 6th or 7th round. So I don't know what the fuck these grades are based off. It's because ESPN Fantasy has a really weird, like, power ranking, like ranking of players. It's weird. But yeah, that's my league. I was able to get Bijan at the 5th pick.
Nice. Good deal. Projections on ESPN are way different than what's on Sleeper. Way different.
Way different. And I think I agree with Sleepers more.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because, I mean, otherwise Brian Thomas Jr. wouldn't have been available after the draft. He wouldn't have gone undrafted.
Hell no.
Yeah, very
all
weird.
right. I have now in my ESPN league. I ended up with the 2nd overall pick. Took Bijan in this league as well. I drafted in this league first, like the day before the other league. I took Bijan 2nd overall. I'm a big Bijan believer this year.
You know how much I believe.
Of course, I think you've kind of sold me on the on the belief here. But I've got Jordan Love, Bijan Robinson, Alvin Kamara, Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley, Dalton Kincaid, Tony Pollard, Chiefs defense, Daniel Carlson, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, Tyrone Tracy, Adam Thielen, Matthew Stafford, Michael Mayer, and I drafted Nick Chubb. I just now put him on IR, and I signed Bucky Irving.
Okay. Where did Bucky Irving end up?
Bucks.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. Like I told you before.
Especially because Rachaad White's kind of a terrible runner of the football still in his career. Like, great fantasy player, great catching out of the backfield, still not great in the run game. Not a good running back. So, Bucky Irving might get some run there just because, like I'm just not a big Rachaad White guy at all. But, there's that.
Anything else you wanted to add for that league, or did you want me to?
I guess. Yeah,
team?
So I managed to get Ridley in both leagues, which is cool. I got Bijan in both leagues. I got Kincaid. I did get Pollard in this one, of course. So now I've got the full Pollard to mayonnaise strat. And again, like this for especially my wide receivers, dude, in a 14-team league, Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, Adam Thielen. I think I could have done a lot worse. So Jacoby Myers, I got him in like round 12 in a 14-team league. I have no idea why his ADP is that low on ESPN. That's insane. There's a Raiders fan in this league too, so
he's like, I saw our quarterbacks play. That could be what it is.
Must be. Yeah, Bad Myers is kind of a security blanket. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's what Bowers is for them this year, but I don't know. But yeah, that's it for me on the fantasy football discussion. So
then this next
go ahead.
league is a 12-man league snake draft. I had the 7th pick, and this league sucks. Okay, so I was in this they switched over to a different league to get rid of like inactive players. But I was in this league last year. This is the league I won. I joined it off some fan page's Instagram, and it was super chill last year.
Yeah.
This year fucking sucks. First of all, long draft. 4 hours for every pick. You have 4 hours for each pick. Suspended overnight from like 9 p.m. I think it was like 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. It's suspended or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible way to do a draft. Set a time. Set it for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes for a draft pick. And if you can't make it, either be okay with auto or get out of the league. These long drafts suck because also you would be rushed immediately into the 4 hours. I don't know why they made it 4 hours just for everyone to immediately start rushing.
Yeah.
would at you and be like, "Hey, you're up. Hurry up, hurry up." It was real late into the draft. People were already kind of mouthing off a little bit because, like, he lowered the time during one guy's turn, and that guy was, like, at work, and then was like, "What the fuck, dude?" Was pissed. And everyone was like, he was like, sorry, I have a life. Sorry, I'm not on my phone all the time. So he was getting real mad, and people were saying shit back, and I was like, this is not good. Because as soon as they dropped the time, I literally said in the chat, I was like, does this guy know the time dropped? He's probably going to be upset. And they were like, don't care.
Jesus Christ.
And then like it was real late into the draft, like real late rounds. It was real late at night, like we're upcoming it being like the draft being suspended time wise. Which even if the draft is suspended, you can still make your picks. It'll still be like you still have picks, but it's just like unlimited time,
right,
I guess.
just the time is suspended, yeah.
But I everyone in the chat was able to say stuff of like, oh, these picks bad, or oh, we're in a bad time, like, oh, it's hard to find players. When it was my turn and I said something like that, I got told essentially like, no shit, just shut up and pick, or like something like that, something aggressive. And I was like, I come to back, I was like, oh, shit like that is gonna make me like not draft right now.
What is wrong with you folks? Like,
I don't know, but I was like, this shit like that's gonna make me not pick right now. And then he said something like, oh, goofy ass. He said that's how he spelled it.
Yeah.
And he was like, gonna make 11, 12 people wait. And I just was like, yes. And I turned off notifications and I went to bed. And then I woke up. It was still my turn. So he had to wait all overnight. And I was like, got his ass.
I would hate the stress of having to wait like 4 hours to find out if I get sniped or not. Right before my pick.
It's annoying.
Put me on edge. Yeah, that was
very annoying.
I can't do long drafts.
And then the nicknames in this fucking draft. One guy, the guy I'm actually playing right now. Here's the nicknames, because in Sleeper you can give nicknames to players in your team.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott is GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was an argument in this chat between if Lamar Jackson is better than Dak Prescott or not. Fucking obviously yes.
Cowboys fans are a different breed of. I don't know.
You could say every fan base is like this.
Yeah, every fan base is like this, of course. But...
And like, because Dak has good statistical regular seasons, and people like Lamar used to not be the best thrower, I guess. It doesn't matter now. It's anyways. But anyways, other nicknames in this guy's team. Devon Achane is just fast black person.
That's what I'm going to call him in our Sleeper League.
Alvin Kamara is this one's funny. Alvin Kamara is Mike Tyson. I'll give him that one because he had that incident in the elevator with that guy.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
And then CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee's TDs, which is fine. Where was it? Oh, yeah. Jaden Reed is just random black person. Devin Singletary is also random black person. Matt Gay is just gay. Javonte Williams, random black person. Khalil Shakir, random black person. Dontavian Wicks, random black person. Jets, 9/11. I would have left this league if I didn't like it. If I didn't draft a really good team, I would have left this league, but I really like my team. So I'm like, maybe I can win and have this moral victory and then never join this league again.
And then just, cut my losses.
But anyways, the team that is the reason I'm staying in. Anthony Richardson at quarterback. Derrick Henry and Zach Moss as my running backs. This is a 3-wide receiver league. So I have Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, and Tank Dell as my wide receivers. Dalton Schultz is my tight end. I got Jamison Williams and Zamir White as my flexes right now.
Okay, Zamir White's a good pick.
Yeah, especially where I got him. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Younghoe Koo is my kicker. Defense is the Seahawks. And then my bench is Kirk Cousins as my backup quarterback. I have Trey Benson in this league.
Nice. Huge.
Nick Chubb is on IR.
Huge.
And then I have Mike Williams and Michael Wilson as my backup wide receivers. And then
Michael Wilson guy.
Luke Musgrave at my backup tight end.
Nice.
12-man league, so it's a little more spread out. But I really like this team, and I looked, and some of these teams are not good, so I feel pretty confident that I could win this, which is why I'm staying in. But it'd be funny to win back-to-back years and then just dip. Win back-to-back years, like, you guys fucking suck and you're weird. I'm not coming back. Last year, like I said, like there was like the chat was strictly just like we're just here to play fantasy, and that's all they talked about. Also, one dude was in here asking for like pickup line get hints or like ideas for his Tinder.
Ooh.
And then he sent a picture of the one girl he matched with, and I was like, dude, I was like, all I would say was like, I would at whoever's on the clock and be like, yo, you're up, please, please pick.
Please get off Tinder and
And then
just
I was
fucking
like, I was like,
make your draft
the
pick.
fucking commissioner of this league is letting it run rampant, and I hate it. But I was able to get Jamar Chase at 7, so I'm like, all right, I'll stick it out. But yeah, I think the only players I have in every league. Oh, I still have one more draft. I have the other one with Gabe. So
Yeah.
we'll see how this stands. But right now, the only players I have in every league is Zach Moss and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And then I have Anthony Richardson in 2 out of the 3. I have Tank Dell in 2 out of the 3. I have Nico Collins in 2 out of the 3. I have, I think I have Younghoe Koo 2 out of the 3. Kirk Cousins is my backup quarterback in 2 out of the 3. Luke Musgrave I think I have in 2 out of the 3. And then Nick Chubb 2 out of the 3. I might not have Luke at 2 out. I know I like him a lot and picking him up as a backup tight end. So
Yeah.
I can't remember if I actually have him in 2 out of the 3.
I know you don't have Luke Musgrave or Nick Chubb in the sleeper league.
Yeah,
Because
because you
I
have him.
Luke
You're the reason
Musgrave
I don't
and Nick
have.
Chubb in the sleeper league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the reason I don't have Nick Chubb in every league.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, Jonathan Brooks in 2 out of the 3. That's another one. And then Seattle Seahawks.
You do have him in our
defense.
sleeper league.
Yes, I have him in that one, and then I have him in the ESPN one, but I don't have him in this one. So there's just 2 guys that I have in all 3 leagues, but then a good chunk of players that I have in 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have Jameson Williams in 2 out of the 3. But anyways, that's all the fantasy teams I'm in for now.
Hell
One
yeah.
more is coming.
One more is coming.
I'm addicted to
It was
fantasy.
3 last year. It was, oh my god, the amount of mock drafts you made before we drafted on the sleeper league,
Dude, and
then
I
you
made a
sent the
couple more
fucking-
after sending that.
You sent the Doctor Strange gift
seeing
where he's
through all the
finding every
multiverse.
possible reality. Yeah.
And it helped me make
Fucking
decisions I
absurd.
felt comfortable in.
Well,
Like-
and you and I were talking through the process pretty well too on stream, just about
Because I went running back heavy running back heavy. I went 2 running backs right off rip because I was like, I like the wide receivers I can get in rounds 3 and 4 a lot better than the running backs I can get in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Because I love DJ Moore, obviously, have him in every league, and then I also really like Nico Collins. Had him
Yeah.
last year. I had Nico Collins and Tank Dell last year in fantasy.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't
I
know
had
which.
Calvin-
I was like, I don't know which Texans wide receiver is going to go off, but one of them is. Turns out, when healthy,
Yep,
it's both.
They both did. I had Calvin Ridley last year, who was pretty up and down. I've got Ridley.
So
in
did
2
I.
leagues this year. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I have faith that the coaching staff in Tennessee knows what position Ridley's actually supposed to play. He's not an X receiver. He's a Z receiver. That's where he's playing in Tennessee. The routes they're having him run are much like routes that he has much more success on than the routes they were having him run in Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley in Jacksonville last year, yes, the drops hurt him certainly, but the way they used him was also like the poster child for how not to use a player like Calvin Ridley. So and he still had 1,000 yards. So I'm there's reason to believe there's
For where he
optimism
was
for Ridley's
drafted,
season this year.
Fantasy wise, he had a disappointing year.
Yeah,
I
because
think
he was
I
getting
had
drafted
him.
in like round 4. Yeah,
And ESPN Fantasy told me last year that was my best pick, just to give you an idea
Yeah.
of how my team went last year in that league. I got last in that league. Because what happened? Nick Chubb got hurt. I had him. Calvin Ridley was disappointing for where I drafted him. Something else. There's definitely a lot of other stuff. I think
you probably had Anthony Richardson in that league because you had him in a couple last year.
Yep, that was another one. Yeah, it was just terrible. I ended up trading my aunt Christian McCaffrey near the end of the year for like waiver wire McCaffrey for like waiver wire. That's why the W was coming up already. I was getting ready to say waiver wire, but anyway, I traded him away for like waiver wire players just because I was like, man, fuck this league here.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we were talking on the draft, and you were looking for your backup tight end, and you were asking me about Chigo Okonkwo. I actually do want to discuss Titans 53-man roster shit here because it's a very interesting look at the roster. So, whatever, fuck you. I bring up Chigo Okonkwo because
this is the first year I had, because I haven't been like throughout the whole training camp Googling like Cowboys 53-man roster projections.
Yeah.
over and over again, just being like, who's going to be on the team?
Just
Who's going to
fuck
be doing
it.
that? And now
Whoever's
this
there
year,
is there.
it came out. I still haven't even looked at it. I'm more curious to look at the Bengals than I am the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I hate this feeling of just apathy towards what was once your favorite team.
I understand.
And it's like, Jerry, dude, that
Self-esteem.
Jerry quote pissed me off.
That would make me not want to come back ever.
Dude, I'm like, yo, Jerry, I'm really tempted to just stay gone till you are gone.
Yeah.
Because Stephen Jones, I trust more.
Yeah.
Not saying much,
Yeah.
but just the one story alone of him getting Jerry to draft Zach Martin instead of Johnny Manziel is enough reason for me to be like, you know what? I'll at least come back to the fan base because it is where I want to be. I'm not going to hop back on solely because like, oh, Super Bowl time. It's like, no, I just want competency and like a lack of circus, making the show around the team more important than the team, which Jerry Jones does. He says the opposite stuff, but it's what he does.
Yeah. No, he likes money. He likes the attention. He likes the popularity.
Oh my God, Jerry, do you know what would fucking skyrocket the valuation even more? If you won a Super Bowl.
Here's a thought.
The check I'd write to win another Super Bowl. Cool, you finally paid CD what you probably knew this whole time you were going to pay him. What happens? Oh, he's misses training camp. Sick.
Yep. Now, looking at the Titans' 53-man roster here, the Titans kept 5 tight ends initially, which
What?
shocked me. Well, that's why I bring up Chig. So I'm looking at so the Titans, of course, they kept the 3 obvious ones. They kept Chigakonko, they kept Josh Wiley, they kept Nick Van Nett. They kept undrafted rookie free agent David Martin Robinson, who had been making plays all throughout training camp and all throughout the preseason. He led the Titans in receiving yards in the preseason. And they kept international pathway program player, I think he's in his second year, Thomas Odukoya from the Netherlands. Phenomenal blocker, phenomenal athlete at the position. Also, he's the one that prevented the missed kick return against the Titans, like that Samson Nakua almost had. We missed the field goal, and Samson Nakua returned it for like 90 or like 110 yards, I guess, something like that, or I don't know, whatever number it was. But he got tackled down at the 2. He got knocked out of bounds on Thomas Odukoya. Odukoya made the team, so good for him. I think Chig. It's not insane to say Chig might be on the trade block.
Hmm.
And the reason I say this is not because I don't love Chig and not because I don't think he's a great player. He is. He's not a natural scheme fit in Brian Callahan's offense. He's just not a wide tight end, which is what a lot of Callahan's offense is based around. Like, it's not an offense that uses the tight end heavily to begin with, and there's 5 of them on the team. I can't imagine we're going to roll onto, like, September 8th with 5 tight ends on the roster heading into game day. I think there's a chance Chigo Okonkwo goes to somebody who needs a tight end, and the Titans get back like a 4th, probably what they drafted him for. I don't think his value would be less than that since entering the league. He's been a starting tight end both years. If I had to guess, his value is more or less the same as what it's been. But let's not talk about hypothetical trades. Let's talk about real trades. Ernest fucking Jones got traded today. I did not think this was going to get done. I certainly didn't think it would be us. When I saw the rumor, like they've allowed him to, seek permission to trade, again, it makes sense. The Rams don't like paying their guys. The Titans need help at linebacker. I didn't think we were going to get it done. I figured maybe we were comfortable with how much we've added this offseason already. No, let's add one more piece, damn it. So we traded for Ernest Jones, and we also received a 2026 6th-round pick, and we traded away a 2026 5th-round pick. And I will say, I do think generally when this kind of trade happens, I think NFL fans tend to severely undervalue day 3 picks. Like when a player gets traded for like a 5th and somebody's like, we gave him away for nothing. It's like, it's not for nothing, dude. Half the fucking league was drafted, either undrafted or late day or like day 3 picks.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not nothing. There's NFL players all around the league who were taken in the 5th.
And at like a minimum, it's like, special teams matters. That's where a lot of these guys are found too.
Right. Most special teamers are, undrafted guys or day 3 picks.
Yeah.
So, especially for the Rams, how good the Rams are at drafting like they've drafted better than just about anybody
Yeah,
in the late rounds
if
this
your
last year. 'Cause they
if your
had to. They
team
had to have a
drafts
first round
well,
pick.
those picks
Yeah,
aren't nothing. Are they?
those picks matter.
They
Those
matter to
picks
some
matter.
teams. Probably shouldn't
Absolutely.
matter to others.
No, I think some teams are better off wheeling and dealing their late round picks
Yeah,
because some
because
teams just stink
yeah, they're
at
like, you know
taking
what?
players in late rounds.
Can't fucking hit on
But
these guys.
so
But like
far,
a New England, getting
yeah,
like in the back, at least back in the day, getting a fucking 6 rounder. Hey, that matters.
yeah, that matters. Well, and even like Ren Carthon's done a good job in the late rounds so far to start his career. Jalen Harrell was drafted in the 7th round. He's already the third edge rusher on the team. So
I mean,
now, granted, if we trade Shake, it could be for an edge rusher. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest.
for a
But
while it was like, hey, Seattle's first round pick is gonna suck, but just wait for their later round guys.
yeah, so it matters for Tennessee to trade back in day three, and it matters for the Rams to move up in day three. So it's not nothing, and I think we need to like now this isn't a lot. You're doing a pick swap between a 5th and a 6th rounder. It's not like absurd. Ernest Jones is probably worth more than that, but also the contract situation. But it's a matter of again. I think some fans severely undervalue how much these teams actually matter because they do. They matter a lot. Um, but especially if your team like the Rams are really good at drafting late rounds, for them to move up like 30 spots is very good for them. So
Pretty nice.
now, looking at the rest of the roster, the Titans only have 4 cornerbacks right now, and it's the obvious four. It's Snead, Awuzie, McCreary, and then Jarvis Brownlee Jr. That's not going to stay. They're going to pick up a 5th off of waivers. Could be Rocky Yassin. That wouldn't surprise me. I think he just got cut today. And Titans are 7th on waiver order, of course, because they're the 7th overall pick in the draft. So, I mean, they have pretty high dibs on whoever. So, if I had to guess, if Rocky Yassin clears waivers the first 6 teams, I think he ends up in Tennessee. And then what else? There was 5 edge rushers, 7 linebackers. Now this is not going to stay, and let me tell you why. 7 linebackers counting Ernest Jones. Cedric Gray is going to end up on injured reserve. He has a nerve injury in his shoulder. That's just not going to go away anytime soon, probably. So it's going to end up on IR, presumably. And then now we're down to 6. Maybe Luke Gifford or James Williams gets cut later, and James Williams gets brought back on the practice squad or whatever to make room for somebody else. And kept 3 running backs. They did let Hassan Haskins go. Julius Chestnut won the job, deservedly so. I'm very, very happy for him. They kept 5 safeties as well. Mike Brown made the team. And then I don't think there's anything else major after that. I think the biggest surprise was only 4 cornerbacks. And they cut Trey Avery and Eric Garner. And Gabe Judy Lally, of course. So that was interesting. And then 5 tight ends making the team. Very happy for Thomas Odukoya. He deserves it. I just thought for sure he'd end up on the practice squad because he's an international pathway guy, so it gives you a free practice squad spot. You get a 17th spot on the practice squad purely for those guys. So I thought, like, no shot he's making the team because he's valuable on the practice squad. He doesn't take up any space. But they liked him enough to keep a 5th tight end, which, again, I think means Jake's future could be in question. I don't want to say in jeopardy because he's a great player, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that Jake could get traded. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. But especially after the Ernest Jones trade here, there's obviously a lot of internal belief in Tennessee that they can compete right away. And I mean, honestly, seeing Callahan's offense, seeing the way Levis has clearly looked improved mechanically, his footwork is much better, throwing motion looks much better. He's accurate. He went 11 of 13 in the preseason between those 2 games. He looks good. He looks ready. And the receiving core is the best we've had, and I can't even remember. And the offensive line, I mean, they played against backups, but they dominated the backups. That's what you would hope from your starting offensive line, is that they don't allow any pressure on Will Levis, and they don't allow any sacks. They just play ball. And starting offensive line did not allow any sacks this preseason, and they didn't look as good in the run game. They still look solid. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't expect this to be a great offensive line entering the season, but I don't think it's going to be the disaster we've had the last couple of years. It's going to be improved. So there's reason for optimism with this offense. And of course, defensively now the talent just seems to be just getting better at every position. I mean, Tavondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons, on the interior, the secondary is obviously great. No question about it. Jarius Sneed, Cheeto Uzi, Roger McCreary, Monty Hooker, and Quandre Diggs as your starters. That's great. And then linebacker, it was a weakness. The depth at linebacker is pretty good. I mean, we've seen that throughout the preseason. And then now Ernest Jones as your best starter at linebacker. It's not a strength anymore, but I don't. It's not a strength, but it's not a weakness anymore either. I think at this point, even if you are playing Kenneth Murray, um, the depth behind Kenneth Murray is really good. Um, Although unfortunately, and this broke my heart, Chance Campbell has for the third time in his career torn his ACL.
That's insane.
Having a great preseason, having a great camp, like was going to be in the rotation. Really sucks for him. Was really excited about him this year, but
I
yeah.
hate fucking like training camp injuries so much. Like
And you know what
as much as
was
I don't want to be a Cowboys fan this year, seeing Sam
right?
Williams with his Achilles, I was fucking
Oh,
pissed.
yeah.
DeMar Overshown
That's
last year during preseason,
yeah.
fucking pissed.
Well, and I think what do you call me? Like I said, this is the third time. I think he knew as soon as it happened because as soon as he stood up, he fucking ripped his helmet off and just like he was
Yeah,
pissed. Like
yeah,
he knows what that feels like. He probably didn't even need the MRI. He knew his knee was fucked.
yeah.
Um, so like you hate to see that
I
for
I hate
anybody, but
these
especially a
injuries
guy.
even more
Yeah,
for like guys that you don't really know about. At least like mainstream at least,
yeah,
because it's like
yeah.
when a really known guy gets hurt, you're like that sucks obviously, but it's like oh he's made his money at least. But when it's like
He'll
I'm
be
not
back
saying
next year. You
yeah,
know,
one of these lesser known guys, it's like okay that was like a rookie who
this could be a career ender.
yeah especially for third time
Possible.
like
Yeah.
third time it's like oh you might have to ask
But
like is your body able to
is
do this anymore?
yeah, yeah. After that much rehab, like it's tough. It's tough. It takes a mental toll on you too. That's what half the battle is with physical therapy is the mental one,
Yeah.
and especially for a guy who was playing well, it was going to be factored into the rotation when either linebacker came off the field. It's brutal. And I got me thinking like the entire 2022 draft class for the Titans. Like you got Traylon Burks, you got Kyle Phillips. Like how great would this draft class have been if these guys just wouldn't get hurt? Because Kyle Phillips, great week one in his rookie season, had like 68 receiving yards, and had a 42-yard punt return on the first play of his career. Led the Titans in catches that day, had a couple catches on third down. Um, and then Burks, was having a nice rookie year. He came off the 100-yard game against the Packers, then had that long catch against the Bengals, and had a fumble recovery for a touchdown in that game too. And then on his first career receiving touchdown against Philly, Marcus Epps hit him high in the head, just clearly just a dirty hit, and knocked his ass out. And Burks has not been able to quite look like the same player since then. And not to mention, he's not very good. This is going to sound weird. He's really bad at falling, in the sense that he does not protect himself
No,
well when he's in the air.
people talk about that a lot with like
It's a
NBA
skill.
players dunking, like
It's a
coming back
skill.
down, like yeah, how you fall back
Yeah.
down for your knees' sake and all that, like it
Yes.
matters.
But for Burks, it's like he sucks at hitting the ground at any safe capacity whatsoever when he tries to go up for a catch. It's like against Pittsburgh last year when he was laid out cold after he tried going up for one and almost grabbed it, didn't quite get it. And then in training camp this year, just I think this was after the first preseason game. Or maybe it was between I think it was between the Seattle game and the New Orleans game. He goes up to grab one, and I think he like hurts his hamstring coming back down. It's like motherfucker. Like he ended up being okay. Like he still played in the game and all. He was fine, but it's just it's unfortunate. And of course, Chance Campbell now, three ACL tears in his career. I think two of them since he's entered the league. It's so tough, so tough for a guy entering his third year, looking to be a contributor, playing like one, and yeah, blows his knee out again. That's fucking brutal. But not a whole lot else to say on the Titans front. I'm allowing myself, unfortunately, to get more and more excited, and I still want to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm starting to drink the Kool Aid organizationally. and we shall see. Um, Florida State lost a football game last weekend. They sure did, and they lost to unranked Georgia Tech on a neutral site field. Um, Conference game, first conference game of the year. Florida State was ranked top 10. Now they were ranked too high to begin with. They should not have been ranked top 10. You lose half your starters to the NFL draft. You should take a bigger hit than that. But it's kind of like the TCU effect from a couple of years ago, where they just had to respect them and keep them in the top 25. But TCU was never going to be a top 25 team last year. Same thing with Florida State. They were never going to be a top 10 team, but they kind of had to keep them there just because they finished as high as they did last year. Whatever. Yeah, that was a good game. Did you watch it?
No.
Fair enough.
I've watched. I tuned into college football one season, and it was for Joe Burrow and that LSU offense.
Yeah, I think Texas A&M's playing Notre Dame this Saturday.
Yeah, they are.
I will be watching that game.
I mean, every now and then I'll tune into an A&M game. Just turn it on, and be like, "Are they good?" No, and I turn it back off.
Tennessee just released their first depth chart of the season a couple days ago, and there are so many positions where the starter says blank or blank, and it's just like, make up your fucking.
Yeah, why are you releasing this? You're not finished. Complete the assignment, then turn it back into me.
That's what's nice about playing a team like Chattanooga in week 1. You can kind of figure a little bit of shit out. Get some real competition in against a team that is clearly inferior. And then, whoever plays
then lose and be like, oh, fuck.
Week. No. Well, we're playing NC State the following week, and then I think it's Oklahoma after that. Or no, we're playing Kent State and then Oklahoma.
So you'll be like 2-1 going into that.
No, and I think we're gonna beat Oklahoma too. I'm honestly not Oklahoma's got a good team this year. I don't think we're losing to Oklahoma, but we'll see. But anywho, excited for Tennessee football this weekend. I can't wait. I have been waiting to watch Nico Iamaleava play football since the bowl game, and I've only gotten one real taste of it. So, first home start in the career for Nico.
I'm tired of tasting it.
I want the whole load. So, I gotta see it, man. God, he's gonna have such a good year this year. And Tennessee recruiting has been on fire. It's never been more reason for optimism in the program. So
just wait for Connor to get in there. This is not for Tennessee.
No, Connor's great. He's only played 9 games in his career.
First round.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's being severely undervalued in the draft process right now by a lot of dudes. Like, I think if Connor just stays healthy this year, this is a weak quarterback class.
How tall is he?
He's played.
I'm gonna look it up.
6'2". I don't think he's super tall.
Because I'm already talking about the Cowboys drafting him because I'm fucking. You know how I feel about Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 6'2".
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wigman's good. I like Wigman a lot. I think he's gonna have a nice year.
220.
And then
6'2", 220. So he's an inch taller than me and 5 pounds heavier. And it's all in his penis.
The best quarterback right now in the draft is probably Carson Beck, but at the same time, if we roll into draft season and Carson Beck is still the top QB prospect, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. You don't want Carson Beck to be QB1, the consensus QB1 rolling into.
Well, because he's consensus QB1, but when I'm looking at mock drafts, and a lot of times, at decent enough times, I'm not seeing a quarterback go 1 overall. Then I'm like, oh, this isn't good.
I think it's going to be a weak year regardless. You might see one guy really develop. You might see Quinn Ewers finally fix his flaws. You might see Jalen Milroe fix his.
Connor stay healthy.
If Garrett Nussmeier just lights the season on fire, he could be a guy. Same thing with Connor Wigman. I like Connor Wigman a lot. I think he's at this point a sleeper, but a very obvious sleeper to hey, this guy might fight his way into the first round if this season plays good football. I just don't see very many guys that I could see in that conversation. I don't think Riley Leonard's going to be a first round pick. I don't think Cam Ward's going to be a first round pick. I don't even think, if I had to bet right now, Quinn Ewers is not going round 1, and neither is Jalen Milroe. Honestly, I don't like neither player would be going round one. But Beck would, and Shadur probably would too. Maybe I've heard the NFL is higher on Shadur than fans tend to be. So I don't know.
Well, certain fans.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I don't care about college football. Do you want to
Get deep.
let's get deep,
Let's
baby?
do it. Let's do it, darling.
What snacks would you bring on a road trip?
Cheetos Puffs always seem to be one that I take with me.
For me, I'm more of a get snacks.
It's like while you're
On the
leaving, like
road.
at the gas station,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it's usually Cheetos, beef jerky, goldfish, Cheez-Its, and any kind of cheesy snack.
I like the Gorditos bag
Hmm.
for a road trip.
If I'm in Texas, I'm making a Bucky stop. I'm getting me a brisket sandwich. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Getting me a brisket sandwich. So
Fuck, dude, I fucking
I'm
love
anywhere
those.
near a Bucky's, I'm getting me a brisket. What else? I don't know. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, I like me. Maybe some tuna packets if I want some protein. Fucking some tuna on the road trip. The car's gonna stank for a second, but that's everybody else's problem. That ain't my problem. Yeah, that's probably about it. Nothing too crazy. Nothing fancy. Keep it simple.
This next one is gonna be just it depends. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
DIY home repair or hire a professional?
Very much so depends
Very
on
much so
what kind of
depends.
job it is. If my AC's busted, I'm calling an HVAC guy. I ain't doing that shit myself. If I want to paint something, I'm not hiring a fucking painter. I'm gonna paint my own fucking house.
Yeah, I had this sink back here was clogged. I just fucking went down there, took out the P trap,
Or some Drano, or whatever. Well,
So-
my shower drain was clogged. What did I do? I ripped my hair out the fucking plug and whatever.
So very much very much depends on what it is. I would prefer to do it myself if I'm capable.
That's the
Obviously.
thing. If I'm capable, I'll do it. If I'm
Yeah.
not capable, I'm gonna call somebody else.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna try
I don't
want to
fuck shit up, so
Yeah.
let's,
So he's like, "What'd you try doing to this thing?" "Oh, I just moved this over here." He's like, "Yeah, you just turned $100 repair into a $400 repair." It's like, fuck. God damn it. So yeah, I'm just call a professional.
okay.
Not make any more money for myself.
Between us, who is
Oh.
touchier?
Probably me, if I had to guess. I don't know.
I mean, I haven't really been in a relationship, but I just know
Yeah.
I'm a cuddler. Like I cuddle stuff to go to sleep at night. Like I
Yeah.
clump the bed sheets up just to hold. Like I'm a
real cuddler, dog.
I
I'm
need
a cuddler.
I think we're both we'll just cuddle each other.
Right. There's documented evidence of me being a real cuddler, but also I understand where you're coming from.
Documented evidence.
Documented evidence of me being a real cuddler, bro.
Okay. All right. And then who taught you how to cook or bake?
My mother.
Same. Obviously.
My
My
mother.
dad doesn't fucking cook.
My dad cooked. My dad's a great cook too.
Good for you.
Work the fucking grill. Yes, sir. Works the shit out that grill.
My mom grills.
I bet your mom throws it down on the grill too.
But she
I bet
does.
she
I'm just
don't
saying
know
like
what
my
she
dad
doing.
don't do shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
My mom is like, I'm the one on the fucking grill.
Does she not trust him? Maybe she shouldn't. I don't know.
He just don't. I don't know.
I don't know. Ain't nothing better than drinking a beer on a grill. You got one beer for the chicken, then you got another beer for yourself. You know what I mean? But whatever. That's how my dad does it. But
Let's get deeper.
let's get even deeper. Penetrate further.
When is it most important for you to hear, I love you?
During hard conversations. Because it's easy to say it, when things are great, when everything is going perfect. I need to hear it when shit's not going great. And there is a tough conversation. And but that's how it needs to end. Right? Like if I say that shit and you don't say it back, there's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's not even just in relationships. That's family members, that's best friends, whoever, anybody that I say I love you to. if there's a really tough conversation being had, I need that reassurance, like in that conversation. That's when I need it. Um, so yeah, that'd be it for me.
When I'm getting pegged,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
need it then. But no, I mean I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, maybe we'll draw another one because this one would it's not going to be able to apply for us here.
Oh, okay.
Do you feel like you and your partner cuddle enough? Explain your reasoning.
No, I
You
haven't
don't.
seen you in too long. We need to snuggle more.
Let's snag another deeper here. What is one of your current most major concerns, or what are you most worried about at the moment?
Bills, I guess. I mean, shit's expensive. It's getting expensiver, and I've been passed up on a promotion twice now. So, third time's the charm. Maybe there should be another one coming up before this year is over, and I will be getting a raise in October ish. So should be at least $1 there, hopefully. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. But I guess bills, always bills, usually bills. Man likes to be able to pay them.
Let's see. For me, I'm just gonna say like socializing enough. I've just been feeling just more and more lonely.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
I hear you.
But that's it for let's get deep.
Got pretty deep that time.
Now, let's see if we're on the same wavelength.
Ooh, and guesses first. So I'm gonna shut my right.
No, I think who has it? Because top three, which we didn't
Oh
decide,
yeah.
they go first.
Yeah, you're right. Host guesses first. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Let me find a number.
Succulent.
I done got me a number.
Did you show it?
Yep, showed it.
All right.
You know what? I got a new number. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Shut your eyes again.
This is a first. Sure, I guess.
All right. I'm calling an audible. All right. Number's been revealed to the audience.
Okay. First time on wavelength history here.
Yep.
Give
Call
me
the timeout. Yep.
Give me a dog breed.
Change the play. I fucking love dogs, man. I fucking love dogs. This is a tough one. Just based on the dogs that I've had, give me. Fuck. Damn. Based on my experience with dogs and then everybody else's general love of dogs, give me German Shepherd.
Okay,
German Shepherd.
So I think we're high.
Give me German Shepherd. Yeah, give me German Shepherd.
Now there's two ways you could look at one thing. This is a dog that gets employed a lot, has a job, carries its weight around. It's also a fed.
This dog is, and I was thinking about that. I was like, that probably should play a factor. I don't know if it does for me because I'm not thinking about like narc ass fucking dog, bro. Fuck it. Actually, you know what? Rottweiler. Call an audible.
Rottweiler.
Call an audible. Rottweiler. Not a fed. Anything. This dog is anti-establishment. It's a bully breed. So.
Okay, so we're high. Dog. I think we're anywhere from like 7 to. I think we're like 7 or 8. Dog. You didn't say you know me. Actually, you really know me.
Yes, Lab Squad.
So if this was a 10,
the Rottweiler I had was half lab. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 7 and 9. Then.
Okay.
7 and 9. Give me a Spider-Man villain.
Ooh.
Give me a Spider-Man villain. I just glanced over here. Okay.
For the last time, Parker, our pronouns are they, them. Not because we're non-binary, but because we're literally two men.
I don't think that's the quote.
My pronouns are they, them. Parker, our pronouns are they, them.
Okay.
Anywho,
You didn't say Green Goblin. You didn't say Doc Ock. I think I said like Spider-Man villain, you know? And maybe I'm being too
villain. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I'm being too anal about this. But so I think an 8-9.
Maybe I just like Venom. Maybe I just
you
like
could,
Venom.
And I get having Venom like at 10 because he's cool, but like I think Green Goblin, and I think I'd have Green Goblin and Ock above him. So okay. I'm gonna keep him out of 10, but I'm 8-9, leaning 9.
Okay.
Let's keep in the same type of genre.
Okay.
Give me a Batman villain.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. He's got some good ones too.
He does. He's got some bang. There's like an obvious one right now that I'm blanking on that I'm kind of like wanting to put here.
Let's see. Obviously, we have Joker, Bane.
This counts. This totally counts. Give me Red Hood, like.
Okay.
Before he's, of course, like prior to the interaction.
I mean, when he's like his adversary, like when he first comes back, like that shit's so good.
Give me villain Jason Todd here.
Okay, I'm sitting at like 9. I think I'm at like a firm 9. I know people complain about the oversaturation of the Joker, but I still think he should be 10. I think number 2 for me is like Bane.
It's a good pick.
But like Red Hood, specifically like that era, like that's elite. I'm pretty comfortable at 9 right now. So we have a Lab, Venom, and Red Hood.
Well, Rottweiler/Lab, whatever.
Or sorry, Rottweiler. Yeah, that's what you said. My bad.
Yeah.
Rottweiler,
Venom, and Red Hood.
Venom, Red Hood. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we've asked this before. I think I have. But let's go with a SpongeBob character.
Mr. Krabs. I'm going to go Mr. Krabs.
Okay. To me, Mr. Krabs would have sat at like 7. Like, there's some... SpongeBob has some hitters.
You get a little disrespectful, though.
I mean, I'd have the Sponge above him. I'd have Squidward above him. I'd have Plankton above him. Okay.
Considered Krabs is the funniest SpongeBob character. Well, that's our
Mr. Krabs!
That might be Plankton. I don't know.
Okay. I think this is me just more learning about your opinion of Mr. Krabs.
I was gonna say, I feel like you've always been like, for me, for a lot of these, and it's like, well, you should be approaching this at the angle of how they are for me, because I'm the one.
You never know, because it's like sometimes it's like I'm trying to feed you here to this number, so I know this is how you feel. So get there.
I'm leading a horse to water right now. I can't make you drink, man.
Right, you're leading me. That's my point.
I'm leading a horse to water. I can't make you drink. So last
Mr.
question.
Krabs is like a 9 unless this is 10, which is like if it's 10 and you pick Mr. Krabs, you're actually fucking crazy.
Last question. Make it a good one. Let's go.
I'm gonna make it a fucking bad one, dude. I can't think of another question.
There's a Bowie in the room.
Give me a college football program you would want to play for.
It's football time in Tennessee.
We'll play football.
This is 10? This is 10?
I don't know. Just throw a guess out there.
We got to run back everything you said, but I'm going 10. Final answer.
Lock that shit in. Yes, sir. That's 10.
10.
So the reason I called an audible here, all right, and maybe this is cheating a little bit, but for the spirit of the game, it's been a long time since you or I have gotten one of these right, I think. And initially I called 6, but 6 is kind of a difficult zone to guess in. And I was thinking, like, you know what? Let's throw an easy one in here. Just to get it back. It's almost like calling a screen when your quarterback is struggling,
right?
Just to get him a completion. That's kind of what the vibe was here for me. Let's call a screen here to get the quarterback a completion. So, only problem is you were asking. I love Mr. Krabs. Now, for the Jason Todd thing, the Joker is also a 10. I just didn't want to throw out the Joker right away and give you.
Yeah.
Same thing with, like, Goblin or Ock. But, like, I personally, like, Venom is my favorite Spider-Man character, period. He's not necessarily as a villain. Like, he's not always a villain. And I like him. I like anti-hero Venom just a bunch, too. But I love villain Venom as well.
Yeah.
And then for the Rottweiler dog, the best dog I've ever had was a Rottweiler. Fucking miss her. I love that dog. So, But,
I mean, the only one that I'm really like, what the fuck is Mr. Krabs? Like I said, Venom I get. Your favorite dog you ever had was a Rottweiler. Makes sense. Jason Todd, 10. I don't know. Maybe that's stretching it for me. Aura movie, sure, but like too short termed. I think I'd have for me to put him at a 10.
I didn't want to say the Joker because I would have given it away right then, no question about it. Yeah. And I didn't want to say another villain that wasn't quite as good because I didn't want you to think like I wanted quality, like bring that shit up there type shit. So
yeah, Bane would have been the one for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I know a terrible Batman villain that I would have guessed if my answer was like 1. That would have been Batman Who Laughs.
I saw a video like talking about Batman Who Laughs versus Owlman and why Owlman
I saw
works.
that video too. Yeah,
great
Owlman
video.
Clears in every capacity.
Great video. Loved it.
W propaganda because the Batman Who Laughs stinks.
It was great. Plus, dude, Batman dropped his hardest line, dude, against fucking Owlman. Have you seen that clip?
Yes, in that movie. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh my god,
that's incredible.
When we looked into the abyss, you blinked. Hard.
Cinema.
But your turn to have your little eyes closed.
I'm gonna look down at my cellular device because I'm thinking about.
I showed it.
All right.
I've had it on lock for a minute.
All right. Now, I gotta ask questions.
Yeah, this is the tough part. The hardest part of the whole wavelength is asking questions.
Give me a middle stage Pokemon evolution. Any Pokemon. Doesn't it be a starter, just any 3-stager. Give me a middle stage Pokemon.
I mean, I think my mind went to... I don't know. Quilava.
Okay, he's cute.
I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'll go with Quilava.
Good pick. It's a good pick. Solid pick.
Where are you sitting at right now? Where does that put you?
I can't remember. I feel like I remember you not liking Typhlosion as much. Or maybe I'm tripping. But I thought that was the one. Oh no! I am tripping.
Should I interject my opinion on Typhlosion?
Sure. Yes. Go ahead.
I like Typhlosion.
Yes. Okay. I got it. So okay.
I'm usually torn between Cyndaquil and Totodile for my favorite starter from that one, and then for Legends Arceus, I went with Cyndaquil in that game.
Yeah. High Flosion. Yeah. Banger of a Pokemon. I like Quilava a lot. I think in terms of middle stage Pokemon, I think he's pretty good. I'm gonna sit like somewhere between 7, 8, 9. Probably not 9, maybe like 7, 8 for Quilava. I think as a middle stager, it's a very good one.
Okay.
That's an interesting look on your face. Give me a football team this year in terms of like record, in terms of where you think they'll be. You get like a middle of the pack,
Okay.
whatever.
The Steelers.
You were not very high on the Steelers, I don't think, when we did our record predictions. I don't think you loved them very much. But also, like, they're not. Maybe it is like 5, 6, 4, maybe. Maybe you don't like Qualava. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm gonna say 6 for now because I don't think you'd be that disrespectful towards Qualava, but we'll see. Um, unless you are getting real disrespectful, but. Some bitch. Give me. Damn. Hate this. Fuck. Give me a dog breed. Give me a dog breed, motherfucker.
Um, I'm trying to think of dog breeds.
I'm gonna breed you. So, hurry up. I mean,
Oh, what's the name though? Let me look at this dog. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Shih Tzu.
okay. Okay. That's not great. It's not a great one, I don't think. I'm not personally very high on the Shih Tzu. And
Random interjection: the Dallas Wings have
yeah,
sucked all year. They beat the Las Vegas Aces, who are like the best team
good for
in
them.
the WNBA, and Aja Wilson, who the Aces' best player, dropped 40
Yeah.
points, and somehow the
Arguably
Wings
the best
won.
player in the league. Probably the best player.
The
Uh, yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
weird.
Um, all right. I'm gonna say. Fuck, I'm
Shih
gonna
Tzu.
say like 5. I'm gonna say 5. I think. Yeah, damn. Damn, you do not like Quilava if you burn it to a fucking Shih Tzu. You must not like Pittsburgh. Maybe 4. Damn. Damn. All right, give me a condiment. Give me a condiment.
I don't know how you feel about condiments.
Well, you don't have to got to worry about how I feel about condiments.
I
You got
want you to get there. Like I
you
do
feel.
have to factor that
No,
in.
I know, but like, just go
I,
ahead and throw one
I'm
out there.
going with mayo.
It's one that I've warmed up to,
Mm-hmm.
certainly. Although I know it's one that I don't think you care for very much. So I'm kind of keeping it 4 here. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. I don't know. I don't think you care for mayo very. If I had to guess, I don't think you're a mayo guy. I got one question left. Unless you're thinking, because of Will Levis, I'd be higher on mayonnaise, and it's actually a little higher than that.
No,
Maybe
this
it's
was
like
so. I
5.
solely went off of my opinion. I went off of my opinion solely.
Let's see. Last one, last call here. Give me any NFL player. No position restriction, no nothing. Give me any NFL player.
Jacoby Brissett.
All right. I think I've made up my mind. I think we're at 4. I'm gonna lock it in. I think we're at 4.
Final answer?
Final answer 4. Final answer 4.
There's 5. There's 5. Which ones do we need to talk about? Do we want to talk about all of them?
You know, Shih Tzu's just an ugly ass dog.
Shih Tzu
man.
just felt like a nice, easy layup 5. I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's okay.
Circumstantially, in comparison to other dogs, it's an ugly ass dog.
Okay, you're definitely being
Ugly
mean.
ass dog.
You're definitely being mean.
Ugly ass dog. I'm sorry. I've like they've always got crust in their eyes and shit. Like, bro, ugly ass dog.
They do get crusty. Well, probably because I looked up Shih Tzu and I saw like what they look like clean.
That's not a real Shih Tzu. That's Instagram famous. That's dressed up for the gram Shih Tzu. You know, you're not in the trenches. Shih Tzu.
Kim Kar
They
Shih
got crust
Tzu.
in their eyes and shit. They carpet dog, bro. They look ugly as hell. But let's see. All the rest of these, I like Quilava at 5. Sure, Steelers at 5. That's probably perfect. Although I feel like Quilava should be a little higher than 5.
Maybe.
But,
I don't know.
Subjective.
Most
I get it,
middle stages I just view as a 5 usually.
Yeah, just not great. Well, I mean, circumstantially, in comparison to other middle stages, I think Quilava is better than a 5. But also,
Maybe.
what else are we looking at here?
Mayo.
The Brissett thing, like, I don't know. He's like a high end backup quarterback. I think 4 would.
Yeah, I view him as a bridge guy, which just felt like a 5
starter.
to me. Where it's like he can start and be fine with the team around him is good.
I guess. Like, and then,
he's
a top 32
great
quarterback in the league, but I don't know.
That might clear the bar for a 5 for me. I don't know.
For Mayo, yeah, like at 5, yeah, that's probably a good play. Especially just default Mayo. Now, give me some Sriracha Mayo. We're talking.
Yeah, Mayo. I'm just like that's like a spread, like a light spread on a sandwich.
Yeah, definitely. With some what do you call it? Some lunch meat on there.
You use it for deviled eggs, which maybe could have bumped it up for me.
Well, for me, my mom makes this. Sometimes she made it for me this last time I saw it for the first time in a while. She used to make me this sandwich all the time, where it was like she'd make some eggs, she throw some lunch meat on the sandwich, but she'd spread some sriracha mayo on it. Top tier eggs, lunch meat, sriracha mayo, cheese. If we had it available too. Top tier every time. Every goes hard, but now. I guess that's it for the wavelength. We almost got there. I was
close.
thinking
We got
5,
one.
but Brissett brought me down to 4. I was thinking 5. Brissett brought me down.
See, Brissett was one of the easier answers for me.
I don't know. Anywho, I don't know. I had 5 in my head. I went 4. Whatever. What we got next? We got. Do we got? Oh, guess who didn't come up with the top 3 this week? These guys.
That's correct.
2 guys.
That's correct. We did not.
Shit. That's awesome. That's awesome.
You want to do our top 3 favorite Batman villains?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
All right. Kick us off with your number 3 whenever you get anything said.
All right. Number 3.
Got him.
I know number 1 and number 2. And then number 3 I'm gonna go with like the typical rogues gallery. I'm actually gonna leave Jason Todd off of this. That was kind of a poll that I did specifically for that. I'm gonna leave Jason Todd off of this one. Fuck, dude. It's number 3. I'm sitting between like 2 of them right now, or like 3 even. I'm gonna go. Fuck. Shit ball. I'm gonna go with Mr. Freeze. Fuck it. Mr.
That's
Freeze.
my number 3.
Number 3. Okay, awesome.
We're locked in together on that.
Heavily. I'm thinking. I'm like, fuck. This could be the Riddler. Fuck it.
I think Mr. Freeze is the popular fan want for the next Batman movie, like the Robert Pattinson one.
I want him in the next one. Yeah.
I would love it. I'd love to see that world's take on it. We only have Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, live action.
Yeah. I think a grounded Mr. Freeze might just be like Captain Cold. Like a Matt Reeves universe, Mr. Freeze could end up just being a lot like Captain Cold. Yeah. Mechanically, at least. Obviously, the backstory would still be Mr. Freeze's backstory, but optically, how he would work. It could actually, you know what? I think they could do something really cool with that.
Yeah.
Something really sinister with with him, but I think Matt Reeves can make it work.
We'll see. Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, I mean, God, I can't wait
I'm
for
gonna say
that.
Mr.
I can't
Freeze.
wait for that movie.
I'm gonna say Mr. Freeze for me, but there were some contenders there. I was thinking Two Face as well. Like I like just the dichotomy of also Two Face is Batman's favorite villain. Let's in terms of how he treats his villains. Two Face is the one he's nicest to, like consistent,
Right,
like
'cause
villains. He
well,
loves.
Mr. Freeze might be
Yeah,
too. I know he has a lot of
yeah,
sympathy for him.
yeah, because it's
But yeah, he
last.
personally knew Harvey before it
Yeah,
happened.
yeah,
Which, okay, so I still haven't actually seen any more of the Batman Caped Crusader.
yeah,
I only saw the first episode, and I'm one of the things because Gabe said something like his brother saw it, he didn't like it or something. I was like, I said,
yeah,
oh, it's too early to tell because I thought only one episode had come out, didn't realize it all came
yeah,
out. But one of the things was like I'm iffy on how they're gonna do Harvey Dent because
yeah,
like he's an asshole right now. He's just Harvey Dent right now, and he's a dick.
yeah.
He's just a scummy lawyer who flips the two-sided coin for whatever his benefit is. And I'm like, because like usually he's a good guy trying to do the right thing as Harvey Dent.
Mm.
Then he get the accident, and then he goes crazy, and has that two sides to him. And I'm like, maybe they're doing something where it's like he gets the deformity, and it's like he's I'm trying to how I word this, but like he gets the deformity, and it's like the two sides of the same coin. He's always been this bad person type thing, which like I could see them doing it well and liking it,
Yeah.
but I since I like how Harvey Dent has usually done so much, it's gonna be a tough sell for me. But
I understand.
I'll see.
I absolutely get it.
So I'll see, because like again, like you could do something there where it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
How you view somebody's actions when they're ugly with the deformity versus when they're good looking.
Oh, it could be a play on like how we tie beauty to morality.
Yeah, like they
Yeah,
could do that, and that could be good. It could be good.
That would be awesome.
That'd
I'd
be-
like to see that too.
That idea, if that's how they do it, could be cool. But I gotta see it first.
Well, and it's just like like if you kill a spider, nobody's gonna give a shit. If you kill a butterfly, people would think
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" It's like, what's the fucking difference?
As somebody who
it's a
fucking
bug.
hates spiders, there's a difference.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, people hate spiders because they're scary looking,
Right.
and butterflies are beautiful. But
Honestly,
you're
dude,
still
I actually
taking
was afraid of butterflies for a while because of that one episode of SpongeBob when it lands on his
Yeah.
helmet and you get a zoom in on a butterfly face.
Yeah,
Freaked me the fuck out. You know how much of a loser I felt like as like a fucking 8-year-old being scared
Yeah.
of butterflies?
scared of butterflies. Yeah. Like, but mind you, I don't kill butterflies. It's not me. That's not me being like, you should let me kill butterflies because
Yeah.
people kill spiders. I try not to kill any bug as long as they're like I mean, if they're in my place, I will try to what do you call it? Like spiders. If I see them just in a corner, I actually usually just leave them alone as long as I don't see them really moving around because they're getting rid of the other shit. Now, if I see a spider if I see a spider in my kitchen, if I see it in my bedroom, you're getting.
But is there a size to that though? Like, would you let a fucking spider this big chill in the corner of your kitchen versus one?
It's gotta be a little guy. It's gotta be a little guy, probably. But if it was a big guy, I wouldn't kill it. I would just pick it up and then send it out. Because if it's that big of a spider, it's a tarantula. It's not gonna hurt me any. So just send it outside.
There was a spider about this big that was just on our driveway, and I was like, ew. And I fucking grabbed a bag of gravel or something and went, and just dropped it on it.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Dude, I fucking hate spiders.
And then he's outside.
Get the fuck away from my house. Dude, I will openly be fucking anti-spider.
If I am killed simply for scaring you, let death be kinder than man, I say. But anyway.
Fucking be pretty.
Yeah.
It's just like, ew. When people ask, it was, reading the Percy Jackson books and, when that all was big and it's, getting big again, which child of a god or goddess would you be? As much as I would love to be, a child of Poseidon or something, definitely a child of Athena, just for arachnophobia alone.
Yeah.
just off of that alone, because it's in the books. It's like every child of Athena has arachnophobia because the beef.
Yeah.
They beefing.
Because of the beef, yeah.
Guess my mom's
Because the
Athena.
arachnia beef, yeah.
Guess my mom's Athena. Because I got that.
Yeah.
It's on site. Fucking hate spiders.
I agree.
But anyways, number 2 for you, sir.
Number 2, Batman villain. We
Batman.
got sidetracked, didn't we?
We got crazy sidetracked. How did we get
Fuck
there?
did we go?
Oh,
I
because
think we
honorable
might end up with
mention
the same-
Two-Face. And then I talked about what
We
they
might
might be
get- oh,
doing
yeah.
with the new one: beauty, morality.
We might
got
be
tied into
getting the
spiders.
same. We might be getting the same top 3 here because I am going to go with Bane.
Yep, well,
Number
we have the
2,
exact
just
same
for-
top 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Just for
I think it's the
just
first
because,
time in
I mean,
top 3 history.
I think we've gotten close a couple times. Though, for
We've got,
sure.
yeah,
But
we've
this
got like
one
2
is,
out of
like,
3s.
For somebody like every Batman villain kind of like matches a certain aspect of his.
Yes,
it's fun to see it that way. But for Bane, like
He's the closest to the mirror of him.
right, well, and that, and not only that, but also like for like the breaking his back thing is so like
Iconic.
he doesn't just like match Batman's physical strength. He won,
Right.
and he could have killed him.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of very, very, very few instances where you look at it and you're like this could have been it. So
I want a good Bane adaptation in live action.
I'm with you.
Because like Tom Hardy was cool for what they wanted, but like I want
wasn't
Bane.
Give me.
I
I
definitely
want my
don't.
Bane to be Mexican as fuck. I do not want a white guy playing Bane. I want
a white
like,
guy who was in a Middle Eastern
was-
group.
Yeah,
That's not what we need.
we've lost the plot. No,
But,
I
like,
need.
Because he's it's a fictional like Hispanic
Right.
Santa Prisca is the island he hails from. But give me I want the intelligence of Bane, because in the I think it was probably 90s at that point, but the 90s Batman movies,
Yeah,
do you remember him in that one?
I haven't seen it.
He's just he's a mindless, roided out dude who just does whatever Poison Ivy wants.
Yeah. Oh, ow! Why are you fighting me?
Yeah, we don't have a good Bane adaptation, which I desperately
Not yet.
want to change. Again, Tom Hardy was cool for what they wanted, but he was not Bane.
No. I
'Cause
don't think so.
what's his? I think he's addicted to painkillers or something in that one. Which
Lame.
give me Venom.
I need a Titan
The-
formula. I need a Bane with actual Titan formula. in it,
Which,
so it's
you know,
not
it's-
whatever the fuck they had with
It's a fan theory, but like in the Batman, whenever he injects whatever into his leg, fan theory is that it's Venom. Would Batman inject that into him? Probably not, knowingly. But like, I'll buy into it. Like, it'd be cool if it was connected to it. Like, it's an early formula that somehow he got. a
Bane
hold of.
also doesn't really seem like the kind of villain Matt Reeves would put in his movie, though. You know what I mean? Like that. 'Cause it'd be difficult. It's difficult to do a grounded in reality Bane. I feel
We'll
with, like,
see how grounded they kind of stay. A lot of things that
it's almost-
start grounded usually end up, especially if you're basing off a comic book, they usually, as it goes on, kind of.
Maybe
It's not gonna be like, oh, now he's 1v1ing Superman. It's not gonna be that, but
Right.
like, I don't know. I could see that one fitting better than a lot of his other ones.
I wouldn't hate it. Yeah, but I think
Or maybe
You
that
know.
is that the thing he interjects his leg is like a it is like a Wayne thing, but then like but Bane takes that and like changes the formula, uses that as the grounds of it, then kind of
yeah, I could see
ties so it ties into him in a way. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, yeah. I think you were saying something.
that. Oh, I forgot probably. Oh, just like about who makes more sense for
The
this
Reeves
Batman
verse.
universe. Like, yeah, okay, the Joker for sure. By like the
Who
third
we've
film.
seen, which
Yeah.
like
Well, we've seen him. I don't think he's really gonna be a big player in the next movie.
not the next one. I think he'll be built up. I think we'll see more of him
Right.
because all we actually see of him in the actual movie is
Just
like
him in
that
prison.
silhouette at the end of the movie talking to the Riddler. But then we get that extended scene, the deleted scene online,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I went from like, oh, I don't want to see Joker. You know, we've seen a lot of Joker. Would like to see different stuff in this one. To seeing that one, and the look is gonna have to grow on me, but the interaction
Mhm.
between the two, I loved. And then I was like, okay, all right, do the Joker, please.
Yeah.
Just because,
Yeah.
like I've said before, Robert Pattinson's like already my favorite Batman. I'm gonna want to see my favorite Batman interact with the Joker. It's just too important to the character.
Have you ever seen the tweet where it was like Barry Keoghan explaining to Sabrina Carpenter who the Joker is?
I think I have, but I don't remember it.
Because she goes like, so who's the Joker? And Keoghan goes, he's sort of like an evil person.
Yes.
Because he's Irish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was the first time I read that. I couldn't stop saying that for like a week. I pissed one of my friends off so bad because I called him.
He's sort
just
of like
to
an
say,
evil person.
He's sort of like an evil person, and then he hung up on me. Like he was sick of my shit. But yeah, that was a verbal stim for me for like an entire week after I read that tweet the first time. But should we just segue into who our number one villain is? We're already talking about him.
It's got to be the Joker. I mean, it just has to be.
Joker.
Every important Batman storyline, the Killing Joke, Death in the Family, it all is going to be the Joker. Mark Hamill's voice as the Joker being super iconic. It's just, it has to be. I mean, I think the only like comic book, like somebody playing a comic book character to win an Oscar for Best Picture is like two dudes for the Joker, two different guys being the Joker.
Yeah.
So it just has to be.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think. Yeah, it's a pretty easy one. Pretty easy one to say. Not just best Batman villain, probably best comic book villain.
He's up there.
Quite possibly.
Possibly, yeah, he's up there. I mean, he's what makes Batman's no-kill rule as interesting as it is.
Because there's certainly an argument to be made.
Yeah.
You'd be doing the world a favor.
And side note, for people who get mad at Batman for not killing, he brings him in. He brings these guys in. It is up to the legal system from there. Like, do they keep getting this insanity plea every single time? At some point, I don't care where you stand on the death penalty. If the Joker was real, I think most people would be like, yeah, he can die.
I was literally having this argument with a friend of mine, like an acquaintance, somebody I know online, about the death penalty the other day, and I was arguing against it for the most part because I just, it's not really. I'm personally just not very pro death penalty, but I was thinking, I'm like, look, if the Joker was real, sure, we can make an exception. Like that was a thought that verbatim entered my head. I'm like, now, if the Joker was real, okay, yeah, sure, we can make exceptions for the fucking Clown Prince of Crime, right? But that's where I stood on that, because I was mostly talking about like, not necessarily that some folks wouldn't, like, not necessarily that we wouldn't be better off without some type of people. It's just like, how do we responsibly bestow that power onto anybody? Because I was like, the state shouldn't have that power, but he was like, well, the jury technically has that power. I'm like, okay, but the people are fucking retarded. Like we've all seen the video. The people are retarded. So, even if it's in our hands, like, have you met people? Have you met any other person since you've been alive? Some of them aren't the brightest. But anywho, the Joker. Yeah, if he was real, I'm like, I have no idea how they. Because
I'm like, when people have that conversation, I'm like, no, he should kill. I'm like, imagine if the Batman was real. Do you really want some guy running around being judge, jury, executioner in the real world?
And executioner, yeah, like
no, you wouldn't. He's doing the right thing. He's bringing them in. Legal system take care from there. It's his 15th massive 9/11 scale terrorist attack. We'll throw him back in the same exact asylum. You know what? That's not on Batman. I'm going to say it's not on Batman.
That's not Batman's fault. That's Gotham's fault.
Yeah.
They need to do better. But also, like, the people piss me off with their Batman takes, because I feel like a lot of folks who have a very surface level understanding of Batman, they call him a fascist. They always make the argument of like, why doesn't he just use his money? Hey, dumbass!
He does.
It's Gotham. It's Gotham.
Also,
where do you think that money's going? He tries. Where do you think that money's going? The Falcones. Like, come on. Like, there's no institution in Gotham that's immune to corruption. They're all fucking deep in the hole. Where's that money gonna go? Like, responsibly? He can run his own charity. That's it. That's all he can do. But even then, where can the money go from the charity from there? There's no institution in Gotham that's free. That's the whole point. That's why he has to be Batman.
That's why he has to be Batman. It's why he has one single friend in the police force.
Just one guy.
He's like Commissioner Gordon, the only good man, the only good man in Gotham. I think he literally refers to him as that at times.
He does. That's a quote. That's a quote. The only good man in Gotham is.
It's like, guys, this place. I don't think you guys really get it. It sucks. The Chicago jokes are funny. It's worse. It's worse, guys. Like Detroit jokes are funny. It's worse significantly.
Well, and I don't because we always see Gotham look just like Chicago in live action. I don't think people understand. It was finally in The Batman that we got to look at how grimy Gotham.
Shut the fuck up! You're gonna make me rewatch the movie, and I gotta go to bed.
So do I. But
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Dude, it's like the atmosphere that I think people finally got it after that came out, because it's like, you guys don't understand. This place fucking stinks.
I mean,
this place reeks to high heaven. This place is awful.
He just did everything right, and I'm so glad I was never anti-Pattinson, because I'm pretty open-minded.
I did not have to eat a crow
because I'm pretty open-minded, because I'm always just like, let's see. Like when Ben Affleck got cast, I was like, let's see. And I like what Ben Affleck did for what they wanted him individually. Do not like how they did Batman overall. They wanted, I like what he did.
He did a fine job in the role.
I think he did a really good job with what he was given.
I didn't like the way they chose to do Batman.
No, because fucking Batman can't kill. The character starts to not work.
He's got machine guns.
Especially when that Martha scene happens. It doesn't work. It works well if he doesn't kill, because in that moment, he's amping himself up to kill. Finally,
in that moment, he could humanize him,
and he gets humanized, and he's like, oh, "Okay, I almost like broke the one rule, the one thing that keeps me grounded, the one thing that stops me from being like all these other people." But he's like, "Oh, you got a mom too? That's crazy. You're gonna live," and then guns down all these other people.
Well,
it's
especially
like,
how the fuck is Batman supposed to know who Martha is when Superman just says "save Martha"?
Yeah,
that's so fucking stupid. He doesn't know who that bitch. He doesn't know who she is. You don't know who she is. You could just say, like, look, save my mother, and then Batman would have been like, I don't have one.
It's also a problem when like these other medias do like deconstructions of these characters that they never constructed. You can do Batman killing interesting when we see the break or we see the consequences of it, but we don't see any of that.
No, we just see Batman start to do it, and that's it.
And it's like and there's fan theories about it, because Robin's dead, then this happened, and it's like, well, okay, maybe that's never even talked about at all in the movie.
Yeah.
You're like you're trying to fill in the gaps for it to be good, but it has to fill those gaps in itself. It's just not good.
I like the it's just like the Jason Todd quote when he's holding the Joker at gunpoint. Yeah. He's like, "I'm not asking why you didn't kill Two-Face or the Penguin. Why didn't you kill this motherfucker?" Like, and honestly, if that was Batman's breaking point, I think there's a lot that could be done with that.
Yeah.
Like if they ever tried doing that in live action, like and then what if they actually kept Jason dead? Because I think there's no real point in bringing Jason back if the Joker's dead, because what are you really doing for Jason's character?
Jason comes back and he's like, "Oh, sick, appreciate it, Bruce."
Oh. Church, brother. Like, no,
get this tin guy out of here. I'm ready to be Robin again.
Yo, what's up, fuckers? Like,
I am so
bringing Jason back if the Joker's dead.
It's just a quick aside. I'm so thankful Matt Reeves is in charge of a Batman world, and then James Gunn is taking over the DC. I'm so excited for James Gunn's DC.
We will not have Batman fucked up ever again.
We might not. We really might not.
We will be eating good with Batman for a long time.
And the thing is, like, even if the James Gunn Batman misses, which I really don't think it will.
No.
We still have Pattinson going on at the same time.
He's doing a great job with Superman. I'm really excited for Superman.
Dude, just hearing him talk about it, I'm like, oh my god, you get it.
He gets it.
Oh my god. I hate when people are like, Superman. We've had this discussion on the pod before. We don't need to delve too into it, but like, Superman's awesome, guys.
If you think Superman is boring, you don't understand Superman.
Dude, watch My Adventures with Superman. It's great.
That's what Superman's supposed to be.
Yeah, Jack Quaid.
Man of Steel Superman's kind of boring, I guess. He's like the caricature almost of what people think Superman is, which is why
and he's not smiling. He doesn't have these personal moments between the people.
That's why Zack Snyder's Superman stinks to high heaven, because he's the caricature of what people
don't say that name to me. I just, especially because I don't know. And then like we get Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I have to see the Flash in it, and the Flash is my favorite superhero, specifically Wally. So it wasn't Wally, so it wasn't that disrespectful to me. But I didn't like their Barry before anything about fucking that actor.
Miller. Yeah.
Fucking, I already was like, okay, I don't like this like quirky millennial humor to 11. Fucking Flash. What is brunch?
You had me at millennial humor. Not a fan.
What is brunch?
But it's not breakfast.
Once I hit the 50-yard line, my legs were like, I'm tired.
Yes, I was just thinking that. He's fucking Samson Nakua. Samson Nakua. Fucking, he's only like 22, 23 years old. Why the fuck was he doing? Why the fuck's he doing the?
He hit that shit hard too. I haven't heard someone talk like that in a while.
You know Samson Nakua was a Redditor. Oh my god.
God, he hit that shit hard.
My legs are tired.
My legs are tired. Fuck I was like, I didn't know what anyone talked like that anymore.
I mean, it's harmless, but at the same time, like, come on, man.
Oh my god, it was so funny though.
My legs are tired. He hit the pose and everything.
He hit the fucking like, dead stop.
The Reddit facial expression, like
the only thing was missing. This was the only thing missing right here. If he hit a fucking, this did get co-opted though. This got taken back. With a sketch. Yeah. Sketch took the finger point back. What's up, brother?
Yes, but it was like my legs are tired. That would have been A1 generational Reddit millennial humor. God. Somebody say he did not need to be doing all of that. That video is so fucking funny to me. But yeah, we moving on to what we've been on here. Oh.
Hit the facial expression. He hits the fucking. I can't even really do it, but the fucking my legs are gone.
My legs are gone. Yeah.
Seems like a good guy though. Seems like a great guy, but just that was.
I talked like that when I was like 13, 14 years old, but hey, I get it.
Yeah, what we been on?
What we've been on?
What you been on, brother? Something tells me this isn't gonna be a quick segment.
Can't be too long. My headphones are low.
I was gonna say I gotta go to bed.
There was an album. There was a few albums. There was one in particular. Came out last Friday. Imaginal Disc.
Lil Pump
Magdalena
dropped.
Bay.
Oh yeah, I have seen you talk about that everywhere. Oh right.
Yeah, I've been very annoying about it.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I've gotten people
it's
to
your
listen
fucking
to it
fantasy profile pic right now.
It's the league picture as well. And the sleeper league.
God, I didn't realize that.
It's the league. It's the league logo. I gotta spread this shit everywhere, man. I gotta spread the gospel. I don't read the Bible. I listen to it. But this is not just my favorite album of 2024. It is my favorite album this decade. It is fucking incredible.
Jesus,
and every time I listen to it, I like it more.
High praise.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. And the cover is a JoJo reference. She's got the disc getting ripped out of her head. That's what happened to Jotaro in Part 6. So, won't spend too much time on this one because I could go on about this one for a while. But, God, I love it so much. It is absurdly good. And I'm glad it's getting the recognition it deserves from other music nerds as well. It is the highest rated album so far this year. And pretty comfortably at that. So, I mean, good for it. It deserves it. But, their first album came out in 2021. I really liked it. I was really excited for this one. I had heard all the singles leading up to it. And, I mean, my expectations were high, and I was still blown the fuck away. It was incredible. But, New Fontaine's DC album's pretty good. I have not heard the new Melt Banana album yet. I need to do that. I heard the new Sabrina Carpenter, and it was about as whatever as you'd expect a Sabrina Carpenter album. I don't really care. Um, what else have been on? I downloaded a shit ton of Game Pass games last night because I have PC Game Pass. I haven't played any of them yet, but I was like, man, I've been meaning to play another medieval game. And then I'm looking at PC Game Pass. They've got Manor Lords and Mountain Blade 2 Banner Lord. So that's two medieval games right there. I can slap on a router, take a look at. So yeah, gonna be playing something tonight. I'm sure from the list of games I downloaded yesterday. But man, I'm still having a great time with this album. I've listened to it today. I gave it listen to it twice today. Uh, it's just awesome. And then I've been on that preseason football. I will be on that college football starting this weekend. Or it technically started last week, but the real season starts this weekend. Cannot wait. And of course, like I said, I'm hanging out with my moms on Sunday. That's gonna be a good time. I'll let y'all know about that next week. But that's gonna do it for me, sir. What you got? What you got going for us?
I've been on something that everyone's been on. It seems like. I've been playing that Black Myth Wukong. It's good, dude. It's good. It is definitely like a boss rush. You're going boss to boss to boss.
That's what I've heard.
Where I'm at right now, I went from boss to boss, like directly. Like there's like literally one grunt in between, but it was like you kill it and then it triggers a cutscene of like this like other monkey that you get to talk to, and once you die and respawn, that guy doesn't respawn. He's just like a static one-time encounter for that cutscene. He's not even really there. But yeah, boss to boss with a lot of like a really good skill tree, a lot of options, a lot of variety, not overwhelmingly so, but definitely a good bit of options. But yeah, it's just fun, just going around as a monkey, just beating shit up. Stuck on one boss right now. Pretty hard. It's the first 2-stage boss in the game. The first stage was super easy, and then I got to the second stage and I died, and then ever since that, I've been rushing the first stage, just trying to get and conserving certain abilities that have a cooldown for the second stage. Been dying a lot there, so now I'm like, all right, trying to balance it out to get to the second stage, but have enough to fight the second stage. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just been fun. I mean, some people are saying game of the year or stuff like that. I haven't played a lot of other games this year. Probably not. Just, I don't know, like nothing specifically making me say that. Just like, it just doesn't seem like it would be. There's like invisible walls and stuff, and he can't swim. Those are like two kind of pet peevish things of mine. Where I'm like, okay, this fucking Ultra Warrior can't swim? What?
This guy who's like 20 different types of immortal, but
you play as like
well, I guess
Wukong is like he got like the opening cutscene is him, and he like gets like trapped or whatever by like all of the gods or whatever. You play as like another monkey from his
Journey
tribe.
to the West. It's like it's not what do you call it? You're not quite there yet.
Yeah, this is like after Journey to the West. This is because Wukong has already done that shit because they talk about it. They allude to it, I think. But yeah, you play as like a different monkey, but you're going through it, getting all the skills Wukong has. But yeah, there's like he can't. There'll just be random invisible walls not allowing you to go to certain places that visibly it looks like you should be able to go to, which is like a pet peeve of mine in games. I'm like, do something else to make me not go there.
Don't give me an invisible wall.
Yeah, invisible walls suck.
Trees. Give me trees.
Give me just nothing but thick trees. And then and then not being able to swim. Not that I need like swimming, but just don't make it. I don't know. I just hate it when it's like he can't even get in there. It's not like he dips his toe in and dies bad, but it's like he can't even get in it. It's like, this is dumb.
Or even instead of an invisible wall, let the player stop moving and then like say to himself like, I can't go this way. I have to keep pressing forward or whatever.
Because at least it makes more sense.
Don't just let me run in place in a wall.
Yeah, run in place, jump, and just bounce back or some shit. Just...
Let me go. Like, no, give me an in-universe reason why I can't fucking go here. Whatever.
But yeah, that's all I've really been on. What I'm gonna be on, I'll be playing Ben 10 Alien Force Vilgax Attacks for the next Wii Vault. Check that out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I saw the next Oscar movie for the Oscar series,
Okay.
Cavalcade. Fucking couldn't lock in to watch the movie at all.
Yeah.
It was 1933. It's just British people experiencing historical events. Like
Lame.
it's the same rich. It's like a rich family and like their poor family servants that work for them, all experiencing these different historical events. Like the Second Boer War is how it starts, and then like Queen Victoria dies, and then the Titanic sinks because I think the rich family's son and his new wife were like on the boat and they died when it sank.
Yeah.
And then like World War I happens, and then yeah, but it's just like British people being like, "Crikey!" And I know that's Australian, but regardless,
Bloody hell.
it had
Yeah.
it probably started there. But anyways, but yeah, but like when the Queen dies, one of the dudes is just like, "I saw her once. This is sad." And I'm like, "Dude, shut the fuck up." Glazing the Queen, come on now. But yeah,
Shit, I'll glaze the Queen.
that's not that it was. It's not that it was bad. It was just like I couldn't connect with anything. Couldn't focus on the movie at all. Nothing specifically or overly bad, but it was just like this movie would just not come out today. It's just like there's just nothing here. It's like, oh, pictures are moving and sound is coming out. This is the best picture of the year. Anyway, boring ass movie. Hopefully the next one's better. Let me go ahead and see what the next one is. But yeah, that's all I've been on. It Happened
right.
One Night. That's the next one. This doesn't look promising.
Charlie
It's a
gave it
romantic
half a
comedy.
star on Letterboxd.
I did review this last one on Letterboxd because I finally got Letterboxd. So I only have some. Wait, did I review the same movie twice? What the fuck?
Did you?
Oh, I think I was supposed to be Deadpool 2. This review is supposed to be for Deadpool 2, but I actually put it under Deadpool and Wolverine.
Huge.
Oh no, I did review it twice. What the fuck? Okay, I have two separate reviews with different star ratings for Deadpool and Wolverine. One of them is like 4 stars, the other one's like 3.5.
Interesting.
I don't know what I was on. If people want to know what my top 4 is, it's Brother Bear, Silent Voice, It's a Wonderful Life, and then I went with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I think that one's in my top 4 as well.
Brother Bear in your top 4. I don't want to fucking talk about movies with you.
I don't think Brother Bear is in most people's top 4.
I don't want to talk about movies with most people then. Greatest movie of all time.
Some say so.
I'm all that matters, baby. That's my go-to. Anytime I'm talking about movies with somebody, I'll just be like, "But have you seen Brother Bear?"
Bowie, what are you doing?
When I worked at Olive Garden, they started making jokes about it because anytime it came up, I'd always just be like, "Guys, but have you seen Brother Bear?"
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. You're all good,
Gonna
right?
do it for me.
All right, ladies and
Yep.
gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode here. As always, the next one will be up over on his channel, so go subscribe to Avillion Talks to check the next one out. But we gave a lot of takes in this episode today, so comment down below what you agreed with most, what you disagreed with most. Comment Bowie down below. Give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep gaming.
Peace.